All right, guys, it finally happened. The other shoe finally dropped, and we are yet again saying things couldn't get worse for Ubisoft, but oh, wait a second, they just did. So, in case you didn't see this, Ubisoft France just now, apparently in the last 24 hours, is facing a 3-day strike as the unions are protesting the decision to return to the office from remote work. Now, again, I'm probably going to get some heat, some pushback in the comments, and I respect your guys' opinions. We can all agree to disagree. I don't see a reason for people not to go to work. I get it. There's a lot of comforts you get for, especially in a developer's job or in any sort of tech software job where you can work from home from your workstation, and you don't need to be at the office. I understand the argument. However, from somebody who's always been like at work and who's tried to like take a day and work from home on the computer to catch up on office work, I find it incredibly hard to work at home with kids and my wife and things around the house and the animals and stuff. So personally, I think your best option is always to be at your place of work. However, I do see that there's a lot of people who feel differently about this, and that's fine. We can all agree to disagree on this. However, it has caused a massive amount of pushback from Ubisoft France, and so now we are seeing a 3-day strike. That we've seen them saying that this was impending and most likely going to happen for a few weeks now, and it is finally here. And this was caused by a message back in September from management insisting on a return to 3 days working in the office for all staff worldwide. Follows on from another walkout in February when hundreds in France joined a dispute over pay. So again, Ubisoft just keeps taking one punch to the groin after another. So we've seen the reports that allegedly their biggest flop this year could have been Skull and Bones, costing as much possibly as $850 million, although I'm still a little skeptical about that number. I could see it being closer to 6. 850 seems excessive, but either way, this game has been an unmitigated failure, absolute disaster. Of course, the Star Wars Outlaws sales were worse than expected, and I don't think it's gotten much better. In fact, when I was looking at buying graphics cards for my wife's computer or for mine and giving her mine, I was looking at 4070s and saw that Star Wars Outlaws was the game that's coming with them. And I'm like, I'm just going to wait anyways for 4070 next year when the prices drop, and I don't want a copy of this game. I don't know anybody who's genuinely excited or interested about this game. And of course, the biggest thing, I think the biggest issue Ubisoft has faced this year is having to delay Assassin's Creed Shadows to next year, pushing it right into the middle of a very busy month with a lot of other games, on top of Ghost of Tsushima's sequel coming out next year, which puts it, basically in a head-to-head battle for 2025 with another samurai game. So a lot of failures, a lot of issues for Ubisoft this year, one after the other, not even talking about the fact that they've had these European Union commissions that have gone after them for, again, their monetization practices with their microtransactions in their games. But now we are seeing reports that their game that was supposed to be the Call of Duty killer XDefiant is possibly ending support after Season 4 if they don't get more butts in the seats playing this game. Now, again, I played Call of Duty for a while. Modern Warfare 1, I didn't play Modern Warfare 2 very much. Apex Legends, I did a fair amount of that. So I've been around these games, okay? I've been around games that are designed for a certain audience, and I've been part of that audience once in a while. This game I have seen less than no marketing for, and I have zero desire to go look for it on my own. I don't know which launcher it's available on. I don't know if it's only through Ubisoft's launcher. I don't know if it's available on Steam, and I don't care because I have more than enough games. And I think this is the same issue that we were running into with a lot of other games, where the market is so oversaturated by good games that have aged well that you could still play for years and years and years, that every time they try to drop the next big thing, the next Escape from Tarkov killer, the next Call of Duty killer, the next, there's always the next thing, and it never, ever lives up to the hype, at least most of the time. So, of course, we see that there's a ex-user named Just4Leaks2 that has reported XDefiant is already dead. Ubisoft's research team is actively asking their tester to have another in-house test session and repeat their feedback. Then it says he added multiple sources, told that it's possible that the game will end its support after Season 4 if they cannot get enough players. And again, this doesn't surprise me if this does turn out to be true. However, we have now seen pushback from people at the studio, namely one of the producers, I do believe. And so this article here from PC Games N says XDefiant lead denies the FPS is shutting down but admits numbers are down. Again, this is very soft pushback. So if you see right here, it says Mark Rubin, who is the executive producer of the game, has taken to X to shut down talk of, well, shutting down. He says, to be crystal clear, there are no plans to shut down after Season 4, he says in a post. I've literally been in meetings as of last week to discuss our Year 2 plans. Rubin says that right now there has been a lot of effort going into fixing arguably the game's biggest Achilles heel, which is netcode, and preparing content for Season 3 and 4. He does, however, acknowledge that the game is in a bit of a slump right now. Well, I mean, look, Ubisoft is in a bit of a slump. Ubisoft is in a slump for the ages. I don't think there's ever been a company who has had a worse year, worse, 365 days than Ubisoft has ever had. We have done very little marketing, this guy says, so yes, our numbers are down, but that is just to give the team the time to get the game in a better place before we do bigger spends on marketing to bring new players to the game and to bring players back that have left, he explains. Now, this game, I'm pretty sure, came out, earlier this year, end of last year, sometime in the last, 10, 12 months. Why on earth would you wait until after the game is launched, where there's rumors of shutting down, to say, well, now we're going to start spending money on marketing to try to get some people in here to boost those player numbers? This article says it's a strategy that doesn't sound too dissimilar to that of fellow FPS Spectre Divide, the team behind the new 3v3 tactical shooter, recently revealed that due to a dip in players after launch, it is now hunkering down to make more core improvements and save up marketing budget in order to spread the word hard once those improvements are in the game. But again, this is Ubisoft, guys. This is not some small studio. This is not some small developer. Why would they not put the money in from the get-go? We saw them spend more money marketing Star Wars Outlaws than any other game. And that only got them 1 million copies sold, allegedly. Okay? So who in their right mind at Ubisoft would say, oh yeah, we've got this game that we launched, it's not doing well, in fact it's doing very poorly, everyone assumes it's going to shut down because nobody's playing it, oh yeah, and it didn't become the Call of Duty killer that we thought it was going to be. And then they're going to say, oh, but it's okay, after Season 3 or 4, we're really going to hunker down and spend some more money on marketing, and it's all going to work out just fine. I don't know, guys. Once again, I think Ubisoft is just, it's one punch to the groin after another. This company is epically failing. This is happening rapidly. I don't know that they're going to survive to the end of the year. We could see this privatization of the company, this buyout from Tencent within the next 3 weeks, I imagine. It could happen very fast. We're going to wake up one day and Ubisoft is going to cease to be Ubisoft, and it won't shock me one bit. But let me know your guys' thoughts about all this. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below, and I will catch you guys on the next one. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.